Spurs fans were quite upset with this, with the whole Doug McDermott to the or Doug McDermott getting traded to the Pacers. And they're like, how could you only get a second round pick and Marcus Morris, in which you're going to buy out? That's terrible. I have to say this, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I always am. I'm glad he's gone. I ain't going to lie to you guys. I'm glad he's gone. He was one of the main players that I wanted gone. And the reason being is because of the expiring contract. We all know we're going in a brand new era. You got to get something out of this. And I know while a 2029 second round pick doesn't look like nothing right now, if we did a chart, if we did a literal chart of what turns into this and what turns into that, it's absolutely insane. People have done that for me before. They've sent me and said, hey, you know, everyone's saying you only got this for this player, but this is what it later turned into. And this is what we later got from this. So this 2029, we might not even keep it. We got a lot of second round picks. So the Spurs just have, I'm going to be real with you guys. They have the best possible situation you can be in. Not only is getting Marcus Morris and buying him out going to give you about $7 more million to play around with as far as signing someone. I mean, you're going to be able to go ahead and put possibly Don Barlow on a contract. You'll be able to spend it on, you know, whatever free agent you might be thinking about come this next season. Opens up the gate for, you know, younger guys to be able to play. He's on an expiring contract. I didn't want Doug McDermott on this team. I've been very adamant about it. I like him. I think that he's a good guy. I think he's cool. I know that he went on that whole spiel, like how he doesn't want to leave San Antonio and all that good stuff. That's cool. But this was probably the best case scenario. The market was pretty tough. The teams just did not want to add certain guys. Like, we couldn't get rid of Chetty Osman, apparently. Like, they just couldn't. Anybody that was interested, they just didn't have the pieces to bring them in. It was just tough. It was just tough, you know? And I mean, let's just be real also, guys. It was a very boring, I'm saying let's be real a lot. This was a very boring trade deadline for every team. I mean, I don't want to be so quick to say the Spurs did this wrong or they did that wrong. It's like, we don't know what was out there. We don't know what these conversations were like. And apparently Doug McDermott was just one of those guys that, you know, just wasn't gonna pan out, you know? And I'm glad that he's going, because more than likely it wasn't gonna be like a signing trade after his contract's over with. But I'm glad he's off the books. Marcus Morris, I know he ain't staying with the Spurs. That's gonna be a buyout. We're good, man. He's a fun guy. I'm a fun guy. We definitely trying to get that one spot this draft. McDermott just feels like, I don't know, man. It's like he doesn't actually fit with our team. Like, I just didn't think Doug McDermott really helped anything. Like, all he did was just take minutes away from younger guys. I'm not saying that he's, you know, garbage or trash or anything. I think that he is a very good player. He's a very good role player, but he didn't really help anything. This isn't going to hurt us as much as you think, or if anyone thinks it's going to hurt us. We'll be fine. He had to go though. I just think it sucks that we weren't able to get rid of Chetty and weren't able to get rid of Devontae Graham yet. But yeah, I saw some people saying, why couldn't we get rid of Keldon? Keldon's going to be one of those things. As I said this before. I said this yesterday, actually. I didn't think that he'll be traded today. That's going to be like, you're going to be able to get something good, and I think you'll get something better if you were to trade Keldon. You don't have to. If you were to trade Keldon, you would get something much better after the season, because at that point, teams will see where they are. There's a lot of contenders. There's a lot of teams that's very close. You know, this is one of those NBA races to the finals that we have no idea who's going to win, right? I mean, it could be the Clippers. Probably won't be the Bucks. But it could be the Nuggets. It could be who else is another team? Suns look pretty decent. Gosh, it's just so many. I will put my money on the Nuggets, but it's so many different teams. So you got to just wait and see once teams figure out, okay, we're not as good as we want to be, or we need that one extra piece, or just something to help our bench unit, just anything, a little bit more depth, then that's when you strike and you'll be able to get something. But right now, it just looks like that's not necessarily the case. And yeah, a lot of guys just didn't get moved. I mean, what was the biggest name today? I mean, seriously, Burks? Was Burks the biggest name today that got traded? What do you do? I personally thought that Doug McDermott was worth more. I think the Spurs have tried their best. Pat Bev. Wait, who did Pat Bev get traded to? I didn't see that one. But I think they tried their best. I was hoping that he was worth a first-round pick. They tried to play him as much as they could. Bump his trade value a little bit. The Buck. Oh, Milwaukee. Oh, that's okay. I didn't know that. Hold on. Let's. I want to see this. 76ers traded Patrick Beverley for campaign and a pick. Bucks get help on defense. Cool. Bucks send Robin Lopez cash to Kings. Interesting. That's interesting. Okay. I guess they wanted to bring in campaign because I'm assuming they'll keep campaign. They helped them with scoring because Embiid should be back, right? Shouldn't Embiid be back in about 4 weeks, guys? No. You're not a big fan of this trade? This trade? The Pat Bev one? Why do you care? I'm just kidding. You're talking about the Spurs? It's fine. It's not pretty. It's not as much as we want. I'm sure it's not as much as the Spurs would want. But if that's what the market was asking for, that's what they were asking for, you know? Like, we knew Doug would be traded. And we needed Doug to be traded. Expiring contract. Open up that room. Get a little bit more cap space. That's all. The Doug Morris trade. Well, we're not even keeping Morris if you're concerned with keeping Morris. I'm pretty sure the Spurs just going to buy him out. Like, well, actually, it's not that I'm sure about this. I'm like 99.9% sure of this. Let me see. Marcus Morris. Yeah, I'm like 99.9% sure that the Spurs are getting rid of Marcus Morris. Where is it? Marcus Morris to Spurs, who will buy him out? It's 2029, second rounder, heading to San Antonio. Gosh, 2029 is so far away. But like I said before, the Spurs have so many picks, and that's what you want. You got a guy that's on an expiring contract. He got 13. He's making $13 million. It's pretty good that you were able to get rid of him. This Wemby era. It's the Wemby era. It's time to start finding who can come, who can fit in, and who can't. Is Marcus Morris any good? Marcus Morris is going to be gone. Don't even worry about it. Mika said, yeah, Mika's is here. See? Mika said, say hey to the people. Oh, she's shy. Hold on. Say hey to the people. Hold on. No, you're getting tangled with my... Okay, you're tangled with my stuff. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Okay. Say hey to the people. Say hey to them. Okay. She doesn't like y'all. Nice cat. Thank you. I got it on discount. I got the cat on discount. City minutes, hopefully after Doug trade. I hope so. You know, there's a lot of people saying that City isn't ready, which I don't care that much if he's ready or not. I would just like for him to get a few minutes, you know? Go back to the G League. That's fine. But you just see him. Just see him. Let him get a few NBA minutes under his belt. Did my camera just did something weird. Campaign getting traded is karma. Dude, Campaign, God, he complained. Oh, my God. He complained his way out of San Antonio. Oh, he complained his way out of San Antonio. Yeah. But anyways, look. This trade wasn't the prettiest. I understand that Spurs fans wanted more. I guarantee you that the Spurs front office wanted more. But hey, if that's his value, that's his value. I mean, you can't trade anything or trade, someone if someone else doesn't want them. It's not all on you. It's negotiating. And I think, for what it's worth, I'm okay with that. You just add that when it's all said and done, we'll be able to look back and say, okay, this is what this 2029 pick turned into. Not necessarily a player, but it could be something that you package. And it's so far ahead, I'm assuming, this is just me, by that point, 2029, the Spurs will be hopefully a championship caliber team, right? like we'll be winning, we'll be a much better team. And you can package that and maybe get some other, another player to help out or some type of free agent, or not free agent, but some type of veteran. You can get something. You'll be able to package it with something. I'm not worried about it. It's just one of those things where you got it in your arsenal, Got it in your arsenal. I know some people were like, why didn't the Spurs try to trade for Trae Young? You are not going to get Trae Young this early. You were not going to do that, okay? The Hawks were too preoccupied with trying to trade DeJounte. They couldn't even do that. Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, no. You don't worry about it. The best case scenario is you wait it out. Let's see how this draft goes. If we need a point guard, I don't know. Well, we need one, but I don't know if we'll get one in this draft. We might wait till 2025. But let's just wait. Let's just see. We get our defensive wing. That's the first thing I think the Spurs desperately need. Kind of see what we're looking at, and come into next season. Hawks are going to be they're going to need us, okay? Either the Hawks just stick with what they got and remain like below mediocre, or they make these trades. They're going to need us at the end of the day. Because there's only two options at this point. It looks like no one wants DeJounte. So you either keep the team you got and be very mid, or you trade away Trae Young and you try to go ahead and tank. But you're gonna need us because we got your 2025. You get what I'm saying? We got your 2025, so they're gonna need us. What's more likely, DeJounte to the Spurs or Trae Young to the Spurs? Definitely DeJounte to the Spurs. I mean, DeJounte, first off, I don't think he wants to come back to San Antonio. That's number one. Number two, I don't think our front office is that fond of him, to be real with you, especially with how things have transpired. And they knew that he's just not a good fit, and he wouldn't be a good fit next to Wemby. I know people go back to like all of his assists with the Spurs and stuff like that. But no, a big chunk of that, if we go back and you look at the metrics behind it, the stats behind it, most of his assists went towards dump offs to Jakob Poeltl. No, he wasn't like a great distributor for us like that. So I don't necessarily think he fits. And then on top of it, with Trae Young, his dad loves San Antonio. Trae Young has been very vocal early on, giving little hints that he would like to work with Wemby. So let's just wait till he get disgruntled. He needs to be pretty disgruntled and asked to come to San Antonio. And then the ball is in our court. Then we're like, it's kind of a disaster over there. He doesn't want to play for you. You're going to have to trade him. Do we allow you to trade him somewhere else and your team sucks and we get a great pick? Or do we take him out of your hands and give you your picks back? Some gangster stuff, man. I swear, it's some Godfather stuff going on with San Antonio. I'm excited though. Is Matas Buzelis a good defender? Yes. He could work on it, but yeah, he's fine. Spurs would take back DJ if it makes sense. I don't think they will, man. I don't think in any frame it really makes sense. He just doesn't fit with us. DJ would be better off on a team like I don't know, like the Warriors. Like he comes off the bench and be more of a Livingston type role. But if you got to start DJ, that's not a good look. He just doesn't fit. He just doesn't fit. All right, I'm getting off, guys. We're done with this segment. I'm happy with the trade. I wish it was more, but I'm happy he's gone. I'll be real.